Guys, this is the video for practice set 4, and I'm going to work through it, put my answers in an Excel sheet, load it up on Blackboard, and give you guys the video. All right? Not going to do much talking, just going to do some solving. All right, number 1. There we go. Oops. It's going to get annoying. All right. Boom. Number 1. Given this table, solve questions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So first things first, I'm going to make that table, guys. All right? So for number, it's going to be table's name is M3. And it's a data frame with the columns X, Y, and Z. X, Y, Z. It's going to have the values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 7, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. And in line 3, I converted that into, I used the data frame command to make it a data frame table, and from there I convert it into a data table. I could have just avoided this if I just had used data.table instead of data.frame. But either way, I got a data table now. All right, number 1. What is the answer? Sum M3 of the third column. Now notice there's no name there, guys. Up until now, I've been putting the column name there. There's a number there. That's fine. It's going to go to, in this case, if there's a number after the first comma, remember that in the column zone, it's just going to go to the third comma, which is 1, 2, 3, the Z column. I'm going to sum up those numbers, and it's going to give me the value 25. Damn. Number 2. All right, what's number 2? I'm now going to sum up the second column. All right, no problem. Boom. And the answer is 30. Number 3, the question is asking, okay, we got a little something going on in here. All right. It's saying basically, there's a lot of stuff going on here. So basically it's saying M3 plus repeat 2, 5. All right. So let me just rewrite that in its vector in a more complete form. So sum M3 plus repeat 2 5 times. So that becomes a vector 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. All right, now look, oh, sorry, that change. All right, now look what's happening there, guys. M3 is what? M3 is this table. To that, I'm adding a vector of dimension 5. How do I solve this? How will this work? We've done number plus a number. We've done vector plus a vector. We've done vector plus a number. But now we got a table, data table plus a vector. How is R going to handle this, right? I give you a hint. The hint is in the dimensions of the 2, 2, 2. The way this works is that vector is going to be added column by column. So this essentially becomes then right? This essentially becomes this plus 2 copy that plus 2 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 plus 2. Now, see that? That's what's going on inside the parentheses. The M3, every value in M3 down the line is added plus 2. Now, before I have to add all this up, and I get this new array, whatever these values are. So it's going to be basically 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, blah, 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 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, etc., 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 right? Whatever that's going to be. So when I add all that up, it's basically going to give me, and then once you pass this whole table into this new table inside the sum function, it's going to add up every value in that table. Now, This is going to work because every value in that table is a number. If just one column was not a number, you'd get an error. The only reason this is working is because every value in that table is a number, and we can add it by 2, and then we can take the summation of all the numbers, right? But if just one column is not a number, you got yourself an error. So for number 3, the answer will be 100. The answer will be 100. All right? Now, if we were in class, I know now some of you might say, okay, that's fine and dandy, but what if we had a problem like this? Right? I'm anticipating what you guys are going to say. I've been doing this too long. I got to retire. Right? Let's say we had something like 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. So we had the original M3 table from up here, right? And we're adding now a vector 1, 2, 3. Right? Now how would this play out? What would happen? Anybody want to take a guess? 1, 2, 3. Wrong. This is how this would happen. Now, by the way, this was a gotcha interview question I once saw. I took a shot in the dark and I got it right. There's no way you're going to know this unless you just mess with it, or somebody just tells you. Right? I hate job interview questions like that. I have really nothing to do with anything. So let me copy this. This is what ends up happening. All right. It works the same way. +1, +2, again, going down the column, +3. Okay, now what happens? We're out of numbers. What's R going to do, guys, when you're out of numbers? Repeat it. 1 +1 +2. Now, I think some of you at this point probably guessed this right. It's the next column is where I think everybody will probably be wrong at this point. What happens is it keeps continuing. It doesn't start off with 1 again. It just continues where you were in the count. So it won't be 2 + 1 and y. It's going to be 2 + 3. Why? Because it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and the next number is 3. +1, +2, +3. +1, +2, +3. +1, +2, +3. All right? And so this would give you an answer of 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would give you an answer, guys, of oh, no way. It's going to give you an answer of 100 too. 6, 12. Oh, I think this gives you 100 too. Sweet. All right, sweet. Let me just do a comp by comp to confirm. All right, sweet. Excellent. That worked out great. All right, cool. So that's that. All right, looks like it's 100. All right, excellent. All right, number 4. Okay, so here we have a typo. I apologize. The way this answer should have been written was this. This is a typo. M3 Y less than 6, comma, x. All right, that's what number 4 should be, so I apologize for that, okay? And now what's that going to be? All right, this is going to be easy. All right, if I grab this again. All right, so we got 1 comma, so we got a row filter, and we're selecting a column. Do the row filter first. So I go to the Y, and I see all the values that are less than 6. What are all the values less than 6? These are all the values less than 6. So these are the rows that I'm selecting. Now we go to the column section, and we're saying, okay, out of these rows, choose the column X. The column X is these values. So what's the answer? Notice X doesn't have a dot parenthesis, therefore the values will come back at me as a simple vector. So the answer is just going to be 1, 2. All right, nice and easy. And number 5, again, I have a lot of stuff going on here, right? So let me break it down. What's the sum of the second column plus M3 plus the X column? All right, I have the table right here. What's the second column? It's all these values. What's the X column? It's all these values. All right, so first I need to do some vector mathematics. So let me simplify this a little bit. This is equivalent of me saying sum M3 comma 2. That's the second column, so it's going to be the vector 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, plus the vector x vector, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Now remember, you have to go inside out. Before you do the outer sum, you got to do the inner vector mathematics. So this is going to come out to 2 plus 1 is 3. 4 plus 2 is 6. 9, 12, and what, 25? Oh, no, that's a typo. That should be 10. 15. Go ahead and fix that. All right, there you go. All right. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Now we can add these vectors up and get the right solution. So this is going to be 15, 15, 45. And that's my answer, right? Let me make this slightly bigger. I apologize. Maybe I should make it. Now it's probably easier to see. Sorry about that. Number 6. All right. Now I give you these vectors right here, Giants, Cowboys, Eagles. All right. And I now ask you to answer questions 6 and 7, all right? So first things first, let me set up my vector. So what is Giants? Giants is going to be 2, 3, 4, 5. What is Cowboys? It's going to be 3, 3, 3, 3. What is Eagles? Now we got a little something going on here. All right, Eagles, we have to do a little bit of work. Now, Eagles, I'm going to do this over here. And I'm going to break it down step by step. So Eagles starts off with, I'm going to write off what it is first. 6, Giants, Cowboys, 2, parentheses, all right? Oops. Now, again, when you have something like this, go inside out. Find the innermost data container and go from there. So the innermost data container I find is Cowboys right here. See that? Cowboys right here. Okay. Once you find the data container, find the open bracket and the immediate. You obviously find the immediate open bracket and find the first closing bracket after that. So that's here and here. Very simple. It just has a 2 here in the Cowboys. So this is saying Give me the second value of Cowboys. What is the second value of Cowboys over here, guys? It's 3. Excellent. So this whole thing now gets replaced by the number 3. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. Simplify it right in front of you. So this becomes 3. All right. Now we take the next data container inside. The next data container inside is right there, is giants. And this is going to be giants of 3. What's giants of 3? 1, 2, 3. It's 4. So now this becomes 6:4. Now what is C of 6:4? 6:4 is 654. C of 654 is just the vector 654. So eagles now becomes this vector. That easy, guys. All right, now I can start the problems. Now I'm ready to rock. Again, sorry, I should have had the bigger from before. All right, so the same, so it's sum giants times eagles. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to take it, I'm going to minimize it, all right? Right in front of you guys. So I'm going to do, 6 is going to be, let me do it right here. X equals sum giants times eagles. All right, and again, go inside out. So it's the inside most data container you could find. I find 2. I find one here. Oops. I find one right here. So I find I find one right here, and I find one right here. So you could choose either or, man. I guess I'll do the giants one first, because it's wrapped inside of a sum. So I'll do the giants one first, right? So what's giants? Giants is just 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice I'm just selecting the whole vector. I'm not putting any brackets in there. I'm just selecting the whole vector. All right, fine. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to rewrite this to now be replace giants with its values, which is 2, 3, 4. All right. All right, excellent. Now, from here, there's nothing much to do inside here except take the summation of this vector. The summation of this vector is going to be what? It's going to be 14. So I can now go ahead and get rid of this. Replace this whole thing. 14. All right, excellent. Now I got that other data container. Let me go ahead and replace that now. All right. So eagles will now be overwritten to be 6, 5, 4. All right, excellent. Now, look at what's happening here. We have some sort of vector mathematics going on. 14 times a vector. 14 times a vector is going to give you what, guys? It's going to give you a vector. So let's go ahead and do that math in here, right? And that. So it's going to be 14 times 6, 5, and 4. So 14 times 6 is 84. 14 times 5 is 70. And 14 times 14 is 56. All right, and now I can take the summation of this vector, and x is going to equal oh, is it 210? I think it's 210. Sorry about this. 90 plus 70 is 160. 160 plus 50 is 210. Yep, 210. All right, so the answer is 210. All right, number 7. I will do the same way, guys. All right, number 7, I'll do the same way. Should I? Just copy this stuff down so I can, let me copy this again. So I have it here. All right, so number 7 again, let's do it. What is x equals blah, 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 blah? I'll do this as well. Easy. Sum Giants plus C Eagles, comma, Cowboys, bracket, Giants, bracket, 1, close bracket, parenthesis, parenthesis. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Again, go inside out here, guys. We're going inside out. Now, where do I find the most innermost data container going on? Sorry, knocked down my earpiece. The most inner vector in here. All right, where do I find it? I find it right there. Giants. This Giants right here. Looks like it's the most inner piece of data container. I find the open bracket and the immediate closing bracket, which is right here. So it just looks like one of Giants. And what's one of Giants, guys? What's one of Giants? One of Giants is 2. All right, so I'm going to replace that. So one of Giants right here, that is going to be a 2. Oh, hold on. All right, there we go. All right, now I'll move on to the next inner data container. And I have a few of them to pick from, but to keep it consistent, I'll just go ahead and tackle Cowboys now. Open bracket, close bracket. So Cowboys of 2 is what? It's 3. So now I'm going to replace this Cowboys of 2 with 3. All right. Now I have, might as well just sweep this all right here, this side. So now I have Eagles, comma, C, parentheses, Eagles, comma, 3. What does Eagles is a vector at 654, comma, 3 in the C function. What does a C function do? Whether you have numbers, vectors, numbers, and vectors. What does it do? It just takes all those values and makes one giant vector. So now this is going to equal, this is all gone, and this is now going to be transformed into one big vector, which is going to be 6, 5, 4, 3. All right, and now Giants, I can address Giants. Giants is just all of Giants, whatever that is, and that is a vector, and that is going to be 2, 3, 4, 5. And now this is going to be the summation of the vector 2 plus 6, 8, 3 plus 5, 8, 8, and 8. The summation of that vector is going to give me the answer. Boom. All right. All right. That's number 7. So number 8. Number 8, boom. All right, what is A? Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And now, all right, cool. We're placing some values. This should be good. Uh, 10 and 20. All right, so just like before, guys, this is easy. Right side, we do right side goes first. So I have a 10. I have a 10. I have a 20. All right, so let me move my mouse. And on the left side, I choose the values that I want. We get rid of that equals, causing me problems. So here, let me choose the whole thing. All right, now which value is going to be changed? We're going to change the second value first, and then the fourth value. So this is going to end up being 10 and 20. All right, and so that's what A is going to be now. Okay. Number 9, what is A? Again, A is going to be 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right? And now I'm repeating, I'm going to be changing the left side. Again, we'll get to that in a second. The right side, let's figure out what we're changing. We're changing the values 2, 2. The vectors repeat 2, 2, 2 3 times. All right. And which values am I changing? I'm changing the second, third, and fourth value. So this is going to equal the second value becomes 2, third value becomes 2, and the fourth value becomes 2 as well. Excellent. All right, this should be actually a simple review for you guys. Number 10. Okay, 10 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let me cheat. All right. So it's going to be, damn, that's not going to work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so, and now this is going to change equals 12, 13, 14. All right, here we go. All right, so which values are being changed? Again, this is going to be the second, the third, the fourth. Value is going to be overwritten to be 12, 13, 14. 12, 13, 14. All right, so this basically becomes and becomes that value. Yes. All right, number 11. Okay, number 11. Basically same thing with a twist. Okay. Equals vector 20, 40, 60. All right. Which values am I going to change? I'm going to change the seventh value. That's the seventh value first. See the order? 7, 3, 2. So the seventh order gets changed first. So 7. Copy this. All right. So the seventh value becomes 20. The third value becomes 40. and the second value becomes 60. Okay, so that I get this vector right here. And before we move on, let's do another quick example. Let's say z equals 1 colon 3 or 1 colon 4, right? So z equals 1, 2, 3, 4. And I say z 2 colon 3 is going to equal 10, 20, 30. So what's going to happen as a refresher? Basically, the second value gets 10, the third value gets 20, and that's it, right? The 30 never gets picked up. All right, just as a refresher, guys. All right, number 12. Number 12 is, all right, number 12. We got a nice for loop. All right, sweet. I gave you guys this because some of you guys messed up on number 1 on investment in the midterm, and you know, I'll give you guys another chance. All right, so z, what is z, guys? Z equals 3, 2, 1. What is a? A is 0, right? We got a for loop. I is iterating through z. We got 3 loops, people. Loop 1, I is going to have the value 3. A is going to be a minus 1. Now be careful of your math here, guys. A is going to equal a, which is 0 right now, minus I, which is 3. So what's A going to be? A is going to be negative 3. Okay, so there you guys won't mess up. It's on the next loop, loop 2, where some of you guys are going to forget your math rules. I is now going to be 2. All right, now A is going to be equal A minus 1. What is A right now? A is negative 3. I'm sorry, minus I again. Minus I is 2. Here's where some of you guys are going to mess up. Negative 3 minus 2 is not negative 1. Negative 3 minus 2, negative 5. All right? You deserve to get that answer wrong if you messed that up. Loop 3, I is now going to equal 1. And A will now equal A minus I. What is A right now? Negative 5. What is I? 1. So negative 5 minus 1 is going to give me negative 6. And what is A? The answer is negative 6. All right, so the answer is just negative 6. Number 12. I'm sorry, no, that was number 12. Number 13. All right, cool. Number 13 is a little bit of a trick question. The only reason I give you a ridiculous question like this is because I saw this in an job interview as a gotcha question, and you probably will never see it, but just in case, you guys will be prepared for it. All right, x equals 1, 4. X equals 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, b is another vector, and this is going to be 2, 4, 6, and an 8. All right, now we got a for loop for I in x, means we're going to have 4 loops. Loop 1, I equals 1. Sorry. I equals 1. All right, now we go to right here. Let me make this bigger so you guys can see. Look at that, nice and big. All right, so here I is 1. We go here to line 6. 1 divided by 2, if 1 divided by 2 is greater than 3. So first question, yes, you can do math right in the parentheses of the if statement, no problem. So 1 divided by 2 is what? 0.5. Is 0.5 greater than 3? 'Tis not. We skip line 7 to 9 and we go straight to line 12. All right? In line 12, we got a bunch of stuff going on. Now, here we have, let me write this down so you guys can see it the first time around. B 1 divided by 2, I'm going to fill in what the I value is, plus 2 times 1 equals 1 divided by 2. So I basically took it, line 12, and I replaced I with the actual values, all right? Now, B is a data container from line 117, we know that. We have a bracket, open bracket, and closed bracket. We usually just put numbers in there, right? We just put numbers in there. What is all this stuff going on here? Yes, you can also, within the bracket, choose positions based on some mathematical formula. That's not a problem. So let's take this step by step. We have a single equals there. Remember, when we have a single equals, that is going to either create a new data container or transform an existing data container, okay? So in that case, and when we have that, we always do the right side first. So what's the right side? The right side is going to be 0.5. All right, sweet. Now let's take care of the left side. All right, within the brackets, we have 1 divided by 2. Go ahead and do the math. 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. 0.5 plus 2 times 1. What's 2 times 1? 2. 2 plus 0.5. Remember your PEMDAS, guys, your order of operations for algebra. Do your multiplications first before you do your additions. So 2 times 1 is 2. 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. 2 plus 0.5 gives you 2.5 equals 0.5. Okay. What the heck is that? What? You can have a 2 position, you can have a 3 position. There's no such thing as a 2.5 position. R, again, will not give you an error. What R will do is, R will be, all right, cool. You're crazy. I'm going to take that 2, and I'm going to call it a day. So this becomes essentially, R interprets this as P, B of 2 equals 0.5. There is no rounding, nothing of that sort. It just drops the decimal place. It does not matter if it's going to be 2.001, it's going to drop the decimal place. It does not matter if it's going to be 2.999, it's going to drop that decimal place. It's going to just be B of 2 equals 0.5. And if that's the case, we come back here. The second value gets overwritten to be 0.5. All right? See that? All right. That's the first crazy. Right? There's going to be another crazy that I'm going to show you guys. I showed you guys this before earlier in the semester. I'm sure you guys forgot. We'll bring it up again. So now in loop 2, I equals now 2. We come down here again to our condition. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Is 1 greater than 3? Tis not. I come down to line 12 again. All right. Copy, paste, and I'll fill in my i's again. This is going to be 2 divided by 2. It's going to be 2 times 2. It's going to be 2 divided by 2. All right. So I can move a little faster now. This is now my right side is going to be 1. Right, my inside is going to be 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 plus 2 times 2, which is 4, is going to give me 5. So it's going to be B of 5 equals 1. Right, everything's said and done. So over here I come to B, comma, 1. All right, sweet, not bad. Here's where you might have the other crazy. Loop 3, I equals 3. All right. I come here, 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. 1.5 is not greater than 3. I jump down to line 12 again. And in line 12, I'm going to go fill in the I for the appropriate values. 3, 3, 3. All right. Again, I'm going to simplify this. This is going to become, the right side is going to be 1.5. Inside now, it's going to be 3 divided by 2 is 1.5 plus 2 times 3, which is 6. That's going to give me a value of 7.5 equals 1.5. Now, we already addressed the 7.5 issue. That becomes B of 7 equals 1.5, right? But we come over here. There's 5 values in B. There is no 6th value, but we have to put the 7th value 1.5? Yes, because remember, you can do that. What's going to happen is the unclaimed spaces, by default, will be made into NA. So the 6th area will become NA. The 7th area will be given its 1.5 value. All right. And finally, we're into loop 4. I equals 4. I come over here. If 4 divided by 2 is 2, is 2 greater than 3? Tis not. I come down to line 12 again, and I'll finish it off in line 12. Again, I'll just put in the i's for 4 and a 4, and I get my value of b of 2 plus 8, which is 10, b of 10 equals 2. And again, we have the same problem as before. We don't have the requisite spaces, and you guys know how to deal with that. Just move on. So the 7th is 1.5, the 8th will be NA, the 9th will be NA, and the 10th will give him the value 2. For a value of, answer of this, that's what B ends up being. See, sweet. And that's number 13. All right, 14, okay. All right, I have an MDF table. I'm going to use it with these questions. So let me get another MDF table on top and the questions on bottom so it'll be easier to see. Hold up. And bam, I got the table. Through the editing of video, I set it up so that the table's on top and the questions on bottom, so it's easier to see. All right. So Z is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. TT is going to be, here we go. TT is the head. We're going to use the head functions. Now remember, the head function and the tail function work the same way as the first and last. It's just the head and tail are native to the R, are native to R. So here, head, MDF dollar price, comma 5. Okay, what's MDF dollar price? This is the MDF table up here. Dollar price basically means the price column. So this whole column, comma 5. So in the parameters, I'm saying select this whole column, but just head, comma 5 of it. So basically the first five values. So TT is going to equal 4, 1, 3, 5, 2. All right, excellent. And now R is going to equal 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right, now we have to do the for loop, and in this for loop, this is going to be a little bit of a headache because we have a for loop within a for loop. All right. Okay, so let's do it. I'm going to break this up in such a way so that there's going to be outer loop and an inner loop. For I in Z. All right, so we start off with loop 1. I'll call this O loop for outer loop. So O loop 1, I is going to equal 1. All right. Okay. As soon as we do that, we come in here to the inner for loop. All right. And that inner for loop has no idea that it's in a for loop. All it knows is that it's a for loop. That's it. All right. So now here we have X in something here. Here's something a little more complex I give you here, right? So no biggie. We just have to decipher what's going on here. So I have the R data container right there. And I'm saying X is going to traverse just the first, the third, and the fifth value in R. Okay, so I'm going to write that up here somewhere. Right here, I'll write it. X in which values? The first value of R, which is 2. The third value of R, which is 6. And the fifth value of R, which is 10. All right, so X will traverse to 2, 6, and 10. Excellent. So now we can start off our inner loop, and I'm going to call this I loop. So I loop 1 we'll have the variable x equals 2. All right, now let's get started. X equals 2, and we come down here. All right, and now look, we do the right side first. The right side first is what? I plus x. What is I plus x? It's 3. All right, it's going to be 3. And the left side is saying, okay, tt of n row of r. Who remembers what all caps n row of r does? The function. All caps n row will, if you give it a vector, it'll tell you the number of values in that vector. If you give it a table, it'll tell you the number of rows in that table. So here we're giving it an r, right? R is what? R is a vector. So n row of r is going to just give you the length of the vector, which is 5. So this is going to come out to tt of 5 equals 3. Excellent. So I come up here and I change the fifth value to 3. Easy. All right. Now where do I go? Yes, I continue on the inner loop. Again, the inner loop has no clue about the outer loop. The inner loop is just going to work the way it's supposed to. Is x done with this loop? It is not. So x will continue. So now x is going to equal the value 6, right? We come down here, and this is, again, I do the right side first. What's I plus x? Well, I is 1, x is 6. So this is going to give me the value 7. All right, cool. The left side, again, is going to be tt n row, all caps, r. And what is n row of r? Well, r is still 5. R is still 5. All right? So therefore, this again is going to be tt of 5 equals 7. All right? I come here, go to tt, and I change that value to be 7. And finally, we continue on, go x equals 10. And just like before, the right side was I plus x. All right. And I plus x is going to be what? I plus x is going to be 11. All right. And the left side, again, is going to be n row of r. What's n row of r? It's 5. What's tt of 5? Tt of 5 is going to equal 11. All right, so I come here, and I change that to 11. Excellent. Now x is done with traversing the inner loop. And now we go down here. So we finally exit out of the inner loop. We come here to the outer loop. And the outer loop asks I, hey I, are you done with z? And I says, not even close. All right, so now we finally go to the second outer loop where I finally traverses the next value, which is 2. I becomes 2, and now we get back here to the inner for loop. And again, that for loop starts up again. Right? So x starts off again being the value 6. X starts off again being the value 2. And that whole thing starts up again. So I'm literally going to copy this. Oh, sorry. I loop 1. This is I loop 2. This is I loop 3. All right. So again, I'm just going to literally copy this, and this whole party starts off again. Right? This whole party starts off again. Right? So now, I loop 1, x equals 2, excellent. N row of r. By now, I think you've probably realized, hey, n row of r is never changing. It's going to stay tt of 5. So basically, whatever, we keep going through this loop, we're just keep changing that last value in tt. Yeah, you got it. I'm going to take the long way around and get there, though. So some of you guys are like, I'll just jump all the way to the end and see what the final value of tt, the last value of tt is. More power to you. I'm going to go ahead and continue. So here, I is now 2, x is equals 2. So tt of 5 is now going to be 4. I'm not going to update the up part now. I'm just going to do it at the end, but I'm going to walk you guys through it. In loop 2, it's going to be x plus 2, which is going to be 8. In loop 3, it's going to be x plus I plus x, which is going to be 12. All right? And then when we're finally done with these inner loops, I is going to ask, Z is going to, the for loop's going to ask I again, hey, are you done with Z? I is like, not yet. Copy this. We jump into the third loop iteration of the outside loop, and now I is 3. All right. X now is 2 again, the inner loop. So TT of 5 is now what going to be I plus X? I plus X is what? 5. I plus X is what? 9. I plus X is what? 13. All right, we finished the inner loop. I says to Z, the for loop's asking I, hey, are you done with Z? And I is like, I got one more to do. And now I has the value 4. All right, and we're almost there. I plus X, 6. I plus X, 10. I plus 6, I plus X, 14. All right, and now the inner loop is done here. The for loop asks I, hey, are you done? And I says, yes, I'm finally done, which means the last value of TT, the fifth value of TT, will finally end at 14. Sorry. It'll finally end at 14. All right. Okay. And that's how we do number 14. Yikes, the inner for loop. Moving right along. Number 15. So number 15 is a for loop. Let me make this slightly smaller so you guys can see this. So we fit this in here. All right. Let me do the first part first. Okay. So what is V? All right. We got a for loop ahead of us. Again, V is going to be head, the first 9 values, head comma 9, the first 9 values of which data container? The column price of MDF. So the column price of MDF is going to be this right here, and the first 9 values now. All right. So V, let me go ahead and steal this. All right, so it's going to be 4135, 41352, 4684. So 413524, 64, 41352, 4684. Excellent. So I got the first 9 values. Now Z, look at this trick. Using the tail function, Z now is going to be the last tail, the last 5 values of V. The last tail value, the last 5 values of V. Boom. Right? And so when you guys might have the question, okay, which order is it going to be, even though it's the last 5 values? The order, it stays the same. So it will be literally 2, 4, 6, 8, and 4. All right? All right, now B, for you guys have seen this before, what's B going to be? It's just going to be an empty vector, right? You would see it in RStudio that it would just have like, it would be there in your top right window, but it just would have no values in it, okay? Now we can go ahead and knock out the for loop, guys. For I and Z. We're going to have 5 loops here, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't even have to make space. That's fine. So I'm going to have 5, I'm iterating through Z. I'm going to have 5 values. Loop 1. I is going to equal 2. All right. I come here now. All right, here we go. Line 7. Line 7 has 2 ampersands. That means both these conditions must be true to go to line 9. Not one, not the other. Both of them must be true. All right. So here, I got a little math going on here. I minus 1. What is I? Is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. Is 1 greater than or equal to 3? It's not. It's false. I don't even have to look at the second condition because this one's false. I'm moving right along. I come here to line 13, and I have B equals C BI. All right, remember, we do the right side first, right? We do the right side first. What is the right side? C function of B is what? B is right now an empty vector, and I is 2. Okay? The C function on a vector and numbers, whatever, just creates a giant vector. But the first vector is empty. Doesn't matter. This is just going to be now, B is now just going to equal 2. So the first value in B now is just 2. All right? Now, loop 2, I is now going to equal 4. All right, come down to line 7 again. 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 is greater than or equal to 3. This part is true. So now I'm going to check out my second one. 4 minus 4 is 0. 0 is less than or equal to 3. This is true too. Both are true. Boom. Go to number 9. 9 now, the right side is I, so the right side is 4. That's easy. Inside here, we've done this before. N row of B is what? What is n row of B right now, guys? Right now it's 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. So B of 2 is going to equal 4. Easy. The second value of B now is 4. Now we go to loop 3. I is now the value 6. All right, I is now the value 6. All right, so I equals 6. Let's come here. 6 minus 1 is 5. 5 is greater than or equal to 3. That is true. 6 minus 4 is 2. 2 is less than or equal to 3. That is true. Both are true. I'm coming down here. B n row of B plus 1. Again, the right side, I is 6. That's easy. N row of B is what now? N row of B is now 2. 2 plus 1 is what? It's 3. So this becomes B of 3 equals I, which is 6. So I come here, and this now has the value 6. All right, loop 4. I now has the value 8. I now have the value 8. Come here. 8 minus 1 is 7. 7 is greater or equal than 3. 8 minus 4 is 4. 4 is not less than or equal to 3. This is false. I skip here. I come down here to the else. And again, this is going to be what? It's going to be B equals C, whatever B is right now. B is 2, 4, 6, comma I, which is 8. It does not matter what the left side is right now. We're doing the right side right now. So C of this vector and that number gives me a vector 2, 4, 6, 8. So this basically becomes, right? And so now B gets overwritten to be 2, 4, 6, 8. All right. And then finally, scroll over a little bit, loop 5, I is going to be what? I is now going to be the value 4. Last value, which is 4, right up there. I can see it. All right. I come here. 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 is greater than or equal to 3. Excellent. 4 minus 4 is 0, and 0 is less than or equal to 3. All right. So this is both true. I come down here, and as you know, the right side is 4. N row of B is what now? N row of B is 4 as well. 4 plus 1 is 5. So B of 5 will now equal 4. And now we're done with B. And the question is, hey, what is the value of B? It's 24684, which is essentially the same value as Z. All right, excellent. Now we move on to number 16. 16. All right, so let me move this, scooch this over here a little bit so you guys can see what's really going on here. So the first part, let's do the first part. All right, V is some crazy vector. V is 2, 4, 10, 5, 2, 8, 12. All right, 2, 4, 10, 5, 2, 8, 12. All right, now Z is going to be the sequence 2, 12. Let me write this down. 2, 12, and then some other monstrosity. All right, let's see what that monstrosity is. It's this part right here, MDF, which is this table, and we're slicing and dicing. All right, so let's do this. MDF, ticker equals apple. All right, if we're saying ticker equals apple right there, remember, this is the first section of the column, so this is selecting the rows. All right, so these rows are selected. And that means we got another filter in the rows, date equals 2017-03. All right, so where ticker is apple, and the date is 2017-03. That is just this row right here. So those filters just subselect this row, okay? Now, comma, we're selecting a column, price column. So out of this row, just give me the price, just the price column. That's just the value 2 right here. So this whole thing gives me the value 2. I go ahead, stick that in there. And now I know what Z is. Z is going to simply just be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. All right. So I got my V, I got my Z. Now I do this right here. That's going to be easy. I first select the values, the right side. So from Z, I'm getting 1, 4, and 5. From Z, I'm getting 1, the first position, the fourth position, and the fifth position. All right. This I'm setting equal. This I'm setting equal to this vector right here. All right. Now, how am I setting it? How am I setting it? Well, basically, the second position is getting the value 2. The third position is getting the value 8. And the sixth position is getting the value 10. And when I'm done, that is what V is going to look like, this vector right here. Okay? Number 17. Given the code below, what is V? All right, given the code below, what is V? So here, guys, what is V? All right? So again, I got stock head MDF4. Okay, now, look at this. Stock MDF4. What is MDF here, guys? It's this whole table. I did not select a column from MDF. I'm selecting the whole table. Therefore, head MDF, basically saying, give me the first 4 values of MDF. The first 4 values of the table MDF is the first 4 rows. So, stock, the variable stock, is going to be a data table. It's going to be a data table, and it's going to be the first 4 rows of our MDF table. So literally, we're going to have ticker. Let me do this. Date, total assets, total debt, and price. All right, and price. Scooch that over a little bit. Fit everything. All right, cool. And the first 4 rows are what? They're all Facebook. All right, what is date? 03. 06. 09. 12. Oops. All right, okay, total assets 150, 100, 500, 100. Total debt is 30, 25, 100, and 20. Price is 4135. All right, I got my stock. So stock now becomes a data table with the first 4 rows MDF. So this is what stock looks like. This is this data table stock. Stock C now is going to be the stock table, but just the price column. So stock C is just going to end up being a vector. No, a simple vector. Notice the syntax. There's no dot parentheses around the price. Therefore, I'm going to get the values back as a simple vector. So this is going to be 4, 1, 3, 5. All right. What is return? Return is going to, again, just going to be a simple empty vector. All right. Now we can go ahead and we can do this for loop. For I in one n row stock C. Ah, okay. Here we go again. To the right of in, I'm making you guys do work. So 1 colon, I see that. That's easy. After the colon, in these parentheses over here, inside the parentheses, I got this going on. What's going on there? All right, n row stock of C. All right, what is n row stock of C? It's 4. 4 values. 4 minus 1 is what? It's 3. So this becomes 1 colon 3. In fact, I in 1 colon 3. I apologize. Excel keeps capitalizing the I. All right. So I can now do my for loop. I'm going to iterate through 1 colon 3. I'm going to have 3 loops. Loop 1, I equals 1. Right? I come down here. I come down here to line 7. Line 7 is basically saying, hey, return of 1 equals stock C of 2, I plus 1, plus stock C of 1 minus 1. All right, so what does this become? Stock C of 2 is 1. Stock C of 1 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 minus 1 is 4. So the first value of return is going to be 4. I equals 2. All right, now let's do loop 2. I is going to equal 2. And now we come down here, and let me rewrite this again, this time with the new values. Now it's going to be return of 2 equals stock C of 3 plus stock C of 2 minus 1. So what's that value going to be? It's going to be stock C of 3 is 3. Stock C of 2 is 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. So the second value of return is going to be 3. And now we finally do this last loop. I now equals 3. All right, copy this again right here. Fill in the values for I. Return of 3 equals stock C of I plus 1. So that's going to be stock C of 4. This is going to be stock 3 minus 1. So what does this become? Stock C of 4, the fourth value of stock C is 5. 5 plus stock C of 3, which is 3. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 minus 1 is 7. So the third value return of RET will be 7. And V is the first value ret. So V equals 4. And we're done with the code. And what is V? The answer is 4. All right. That easy, guys. All right. And finally, we're down to number 18. Okay. Number 18. All right. What is stock? Stock is tail. Here we go again. MDF So tail, so we're going to look at the bottom rows of n row, and here again, I'm making you guys do math. All right, so let's do the math here. N row MDF is what? How many rows are there in MDF? Remember, n row in a table gives you the rows of the table. So there are 4, 8, 12. 12 rows. 12 divided by 4 is 3, so this becomes tail MDF, comma 3. Basically, the last 3 rows, right? The last 3. So stock is going to be the last 3 rows. I'm going to cheat a little bit here, guys. Grab that right there. Right, so stock is now going to become the last 3 rows of MDF. So I'm going to get rid of this right here. Okay, now these are all Tesla. And total assets 200, 350, 150. So that is 40, 70, 50. 1065. All right. So this is what stock becomes. Now stock 2 over here is going to be the head of stock. We're going to grab this, and now we're going to grab the first, oh, sorry, hold on. All right, and now we're going to grab the first couple of rows of stock, the stock data table, and make that the stock 2 data table. All right, stock 2 is going to be head of stock. And again, we have to do a little math there. So what's our n row of stock? N row of stock is 1, 2, 3, just 3. There's only 3 rows in stock. 3 minus 1 is 2, so this becomes 2. So head stock, comma 2 is going to be the first 2 rows of stock. Lucky for me, I can just do copy and paste right here. So stock 2 now becomes these 2 rows. Done. And stock C is going to be stock 2's total debt, which is just 40 and 70. So notice there's no dot parentheses. So stock C is just a simple vector. Stock C is just going to be the total debt of stock 2, column, 40, 70. And now I got a for loop going through stock C. All right. I's going to iterate through stock C. Stock C only has 2 values. So loop 1, I is what value? I is going to have the value 40. And return, oh, I'm sorry, I totally skipped a step here. In line 4, return equals 0. Totally skipped that step. Let me put that right there. Return equals 0. And now I equals 40. And so return equals 0 plus 7 day. I'm sorry, 40. So what does return equal now? Return equals 40. All right, and in loop 2, scroll over a little bit now. Loop 2, I now equals 70. All right, so now it's going to be return equals return. What is return right now, guys? It's 40 over here. 40 plus 70. So now return equals 110. And now V equals return. What is V? V is 110, guys. All right, and that's 18. And now we are down to number 19. Wow, I gave you guys a lot of questions. All right, so 19. Again, stock is going to be MDF price. It's going to be the whole. All right, cool. So stock is going to be the whole price vector. I think I have that written somewhere. Yep. Oh, it's not all of it, but you know, we'll add to it. So that'll be the stock vector now. Stock is going to be all of the price column. So 413, 524, 524, 684, 1065. 10, 6, 5. All right. 10, 6, 5. All right. Now, we got some other stuff going on here. Max V is a whole mess of stuff again. Again, I do this to you guys, all right? So we have now two functions within a function. I have a head function within a max now. All right? Let's knock this out. Let's knock this out by doing, let me write this. I'm going to write this out, guys. Actually, I'm just going to copy it. Sweet. All right. So here, let's do this inside out. Inside out, guys. Inside out. So MDF ticker equals Tesla and date. Oh, something got cut off. I got cut off. Oh, here we go. All right. Here you can see everything now. Okay. Let's replace. Go inside out. I have a data table here. MDF. It's slicing and dicing. Let me do that. So ticker equals Tesla. That's the first filter. I got these 4 rows from equals Tesla. All right. Now, date and, you see the single and% there? That means we got another filter, right? And another filter. Date is equals to 2017-03. The only row that has a ticker Tesla and a date 2017-03 is this one right here, guys. Is this one right here. Okay? So let me rewrite this now. So ticker, so out of this row right here, we want the price column. The price column is 4. So this is now going to be overwritten to be max. Nice. Head, ooh. Head, stock, 4. See that? And so now, come here, all right, max underscore V equals this, all right? So now let's do, I'm missing a parenthesis there. So now let's do the inside head stock comma 4. This should be easy. What's stock? That is stock. What's the first 4 values? 4135. Excellent. So this now becomes guys, four, 1, 3, 5. And what's the max value here, guys? Out of this vector, it's 5. So max underscore V now equals 5. All right, not bad. Now let's do the second line. M lock equals which.max tail stock and -3. Okay, 2 things here, guys. 2 things. First of all, what the heck is which.max? Which.max is really easy. Which.max basically, max gives you the largest value. Like if we look at this example right here in line 208, max gives you the largest value. Which.max gives you the position of the largest value. So in this example, if we ran which.max instead of max, we wouldn't get the value 5, we would have got the value 4. Because 5 is in the 4th position. Max, the maximum value, is in the 4th position. So we would have got 4. Which.max gives you the position of the maximum value. All right? So that's number 1. Number 2, what the heck is tail stock -3? Let's write this out, guys. M lock equals which.max tail stock -3 parentheses. All right. So I already told you which.max is. Now let's do this tail thing. Tail stock -3. Stock is this right here. What the heck is -3? All right. You know what tailstock 3 does? Tailstock comma 3 will give you the last 3 values. So what does tailstock negative 3 do then? Tailstock negative 3, anytime you see a negative there, that says, listen, give me all the ending values except for the first 3. So this would literally give you all the values except for 4135. That's what the negative does. And vice versa, if let's say I had head stock negative 3. Head stock negative 3 would give me all the values except for the last 3 values. So that's what the negative means. The negative means the exceptions. So for tail obviously always gives you the last values. So it's going to give you all the last values except for the first 3. So this then minimizes to this. Let's overwrite this, tail stock negative 3, to be all the values in stock except for the first 3. And that's going to be 5, 2, 4. Actually, what am I doing? Writing this like a savage. Copy and paste, baby. Copy. Right? And I simply, there we go. So this are the values. Tailstock negative 3 will be these values. It'll be all the last values except for the first 3. Okay? Now, which dot max? Okay. First find the max value. Right there, 10. Now, which dot max cares about where the maximum value is in the vector. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So m underscore LOC gives me the value 7. All right, now, do not go up here and start counting where this 10 position. No, no, no. Which dot max only sees this vector right here. It does not see that vector up there. You focus on the vector within the parentheses. 10 is the maximum value, is in the 7th position. Done. All right. Now we can focus on min v, and thank God this is somewhat easier. Inside of the min, we're doing a little colon slicing. So we look at the stock vector, and we're slicing the values 1 colon m underscore LOC, which is 7. So 1 colon 7, so that's going to be the first 7 values of stock, and I want the minimum of the first 7 values of stock. All right. All right, so let me just write that out so you guys can see it. Min score v equals min 1 colon 7. So it's going to be the values 4, 1, 3, 5, 2, 5, 2, 4, 6. All right. So at this point, what's the minimum value here, guys? It's 1. So min v now becomes 1. All right. Now we are finally ready for the last line, line 5, which is v equals max underscore v divided by min v. So what's v going to be then? It's just going to be 5 divided by 1, guys, right? Because max v is 5, and v is 1, so v is going to equal 5. Oops. 5. All right. And that is number 19. And finally, we are getting to number 20. Let's see if we are 21, 22. Oh my God, 4 more? Man, I hammered you guys. All right, let's do this fast. All right, so here, I give you a different table. I think I'm pretty much just hammering you guys with these problems now. So 20, what is stock? Stock is going to be, right here, this whole thing is DF, the table is DF. Stock is going to be DF dollar $GPMI. It's going to be this whole vector again, right? So that's going to be stock, right? Stock literally is going to be 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 7, 6, 4, 3, 1. All right, that's going to be stock. 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 7, 6, 4, 3, 1. All right, 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 7, 6, 4, 3, 1. All right. Now we're changing the values of stock. And I'll do this a little bit faster now. Line 2 is 148. So we're basically adding the values 148. Nothing hard there. All right. All right. So the value is 148. We're going to change, using the 148 values, we're going to change the values of stock here. The third value will be 1. All right. It's already 1. It's all being written to be 1. We're done there. The first value is going to become 4. The fourth value will take on the number 8. There we go. Stock has been overwritten. Now, stock 2 is going to be the first 4 values of stock. So it's going to be literally stock 2, 4, 4, 1, 8. All right. And stock C is going to be the last 3 values of stock 2. So stock C is going to be the last 3 values of stock 2. There we go. And V is now going to be the third value of stock C divided the first value of stock C, which is going to give me the answer 2. All right, that's number 20. 21. 21. All right. Oh boy. So here, oh my God. So here, guys, stock is going to be tail df negative 3. What's going on here? Df is the whole table. Tail df means I'm going to take a table. All right. But which table am I taking? Negative 3. That means I'm taking all the last rows except for the first 3. Except for the first 3. So basically, I could highlight it. That doesn't work. Let's try it like this. All right, it's these values, and it's basically from, it's going to be from 2016-06, all these rows, down to 2017-12. All right, that is what stock is going to be. I'm going to skip that part. I'm going to assume you guys understand that. So it's going to be basically these rows right here. All right, so that's going to be stock. Now here, Y is going to be, look how we're doing this. Remember I talked about the C function before. Now here's the comma. I'm selecting the second and fourth row in stock. The second and fourth row in stock. What is the second row and fourth row in stock? It's 2016-09 right here, and it is 2017-03. That is the second and fourth row of stock. The highlighted portion, these rows are stock, and the second value of stock is the row of 2016-09, and the fourth row of stock is 2017-03. The AQI values of those rows are what? So here, let's start with 2016-09. I go across. The AQI value is 7. Now I go to 2017-03 across. The AQI value is 1. So Y will be basically 7, 1. All right. And now V is the sum of that vector. So V is equals 8. All right. So that's number 21. Number 22. All right. We have this situation again. Let me copy this. Guys, number 22. There's a lot going on there. Looks like I can't cheat here. Looks like I have to go the full. I have to do this, the whole thing. All right, stock is just like before. You guys see here, let's do the first line first. It's head df4, this table's df, head df4, so it's going to be the first 4 rows. So let me go ahead and create this table now. It's going to be stock, date, DSRI, GPMI, LVGI, and TTAA. All right, so the first 4 is going to be 2015-09, 2015-12, 2016-03, and 2016-06. DSRI 4521, GPMI 2414, LVGI, oh no, oh, I missed AQI. Need more space here. Bring these guys in a little bit. All right, LVGI is 88. No, I'm missing AQI. And AQI is 3455. LVGI is 8861. And Tata is 4367. All right, that is stock, the first 4 rows of the DF table. Nice. Now I have another head DF5, and that's going to be stock 2. All right, here we go. And that's the first 5 rows of the DF table. Lucky for me, I already did this. Call this stock 2. And I'm just going to add that last row. And that's going to be 2016-09. DSRI is 1. GPM is 1. AQI is 7. LVGI is 5. And data is 4. All right. 11754. Excellent. Stock 2. Nice. Now, sweet. I have stock 3, which is going to be tail 4, the last 4 rows of stock 2. This is going to be stock 3. All right. So this is stock 3 is going to be the last 4 rows of stock 2. Not a problem. Copy that. Paste it there. Stock 3. And it's the last 4 rows, so I'll just simply delete. Shift it up. All right, now what is stock 4? Okay, here we go. Stock 4, just so you guys can see it, let me move this up a little bit here. All right, there's stock 3. Actually, let me just keep this right here. Let me move this one over. All right, stock 4, I'm creating another table, stock 4, but stock 4 will equal the stock table. Look what's happening here. Stock 4 will equal the stock table once, right? So just ignore this part. Just focus on this part right here, the right side first. The stock table looks like we're doing a VLOOKUP from the stock table to this from the stock 3 table, this one right here, the one we just created. We're creating a new column in the stock table called nTata, which is going to be the Tata field, Tata column from stock 3, and we're just merging them based on dates. Okay, here we go. We're merging stock 3 into stock, just the Tata column. All right, and we're doing it by dates. We're doing it by dates. All right? Okay, let's do it. Let me grab the stock table, which is right here. I'm going to grab it here again. I'm going to add that new column, nTata. All right, and Tata. See, it's right here again. You guys can see it. Stock 3. All right, stock 3 is right above us. Let's do it. Now, before you start grabbing the values, merge the dates. Now, I will merge the dates. I will use different colors just to show you how the dates merge. So here, we'll do it, it's always left, right. So always grab the date from the table that's being the VLOOKUP. So here's 2015-09, all right? This row right here. This row is grabbing the Tata data from the 2015-09 over here. Is there a 2015-09 date here? There is not. Nothing will be joined from here. This row will not be joined with any row in stock 3. Therefore, here, you're going to get an NA. All right? Now let's look at 2015-12. 2015-12 will join with this row over here, just 2015-012. So let me highlight this green. And let me highlight this. Green is, actually, let me do something a little bit more. I can barely see that. Green, green. And these colors are to symbolize how they join row by row from each table. And so now, once these rows are joined, in the end Tata field here, we're going to take the Tata value from stock 3. That's what it's basically saying, right? Take the Tata from stock 3 once these are merged over here. So 2015-12 Tata 3 is 3. So I'll put that right here. Easy. All right. Now 2016-03, this one right here, I'll make this a different color. It's going to be merged with the 2016-03 over here. And that Tata is 6. Right? Pretty straightforward. And 2016-06 over here, I'll give this a nice orange color, is merged with the 2016-06 over here. Okay? And that Tata value is 7 from that table. Okay? And that's it, we're done. Notice there's a 2016-09 here, it doesn't matter. There's nothing linking it over here. We're not grabbing that value. So this is it. This is what happened. And because we said, hey, make this, once you do that merge, make this equivalent to stock 4, there's going to be another table now, stock 4, that's going to be exactly like this, guys. All right? Exactly like this. And now we're saying, move that back, V is going to be the sum of stock 4, all the rows, just the end Tata column. All right, there's no dot parentheses, so we're getting back the end Tata column as a simple vector. I'm going to sum this up, right? And I'm going to write this out because so you see here, after you do all this, there's a little trick just to get you guys. All right, so V is going to be the sum of the stock 4 table right above us, all the rows of the end Tata column back as a simple vector. All right, so this. So what's V going to be? What's the answer, guys? NA. Why is it going to be NA? Because there's an NA value there, right? When you take the summation of any set of values, if there's just one NA in there, just one NA in there, the whole summation is going to be NA, right? And the reason for this is because, you know, R stays true to data science. And when you're doing data science, every NA must be accounted for, right? This is the whole part of data wrangling. Right? Data wrangling is fixing, getting, structuring, fixing the data. Right? It's the first stage of any data science, any data science or any kind of quantitative analysis. You gotta address the NAs, man. Right? So here, this is a trick question. This answer literally is going to give you an NA. There's a way to sum this up. Right? Let me just take this. Copy that. And move that into R right here. There's a way to sum this up if I wanted to, right? If you did, why am I having errors here? Oh, yeah, because this doesn't mean anything. So let's go put it in this proper format right here. All right, okay. You see, it gave you NA down here. Does everybody see that? Copy this down here. All right, that gave you an NA. How do I get around something like this? Well, there's an additional parameter in sum that if you do comma NA dot RM, see that came in? That basically says, should missing values include and be removed, right? By default, it's false, but if you just set it to true, now what it's going to do is it's going to actually add up all the values. Now it'll exclude all the NAs and add up all the values. All right, cool little trick just for you guys. Let me just copy and paste that in the answer sheet just so you guys have it. If you want to sum up values where there is NA, there, I got it there for you. All right, good. You guys now know this. It's fair game in the exam now. When we finally have that freaking exam. Stupid Corona. All right. Number 23. And I think that's the last question, 23. Wow. Sometimes I go a little overboard with these questions, people, but you know, it's because I care. So number 23. Given the table DF below, what is the value of V in the code? All right. What is the value of V in the code right here, guys? Okay. Looky, what I see. Before I even do this, I got that by equals DSRI thing going, right? We've talked about this. Before you do anything, right? Before you do any of the other two sections, once the by is there, you got to do that part first. All right? So by equals DSRI basically means I'm creating subtables by all the unique values in DSRI. So let's go ahead and this happens all behind the scenes. I'm going to go ahead and do this right now for you, doing it live, all right, for you guys. So here, you're going to now have a 4. We'll do it right in order. So we're going to have a 4 subtable, right? Literally say table 4, subtable 4, just so we subtable 4. All right. Let me cheat a little bit. Grab some of this data around her. Make it a little faster. All right. So I basically want all the 4s. So I got my first 4. These two are obviously not, none of these are actually 4, right? So basically what I'm doing is that everywhere where, because it's doing by DSRI, wherever there's a, we're gonna create a subtable for every unique value in DSRI. It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 5 different unique values. There's gonna be 5 subtables, and you're gonna place the rows in each one of those subtables where it belongs. So the other 4 is nowhere to be found. That's the only subtable. Yay, excellent, for 4. Now we're going to do the next subtable, which for 5. Subtable 5. All right, the first 5 is 2015-12. All right, and the value is obviously 5, 4, 4, 8, 3. The next 5 is 2016-12. 2016-12, and it's going to be 5, 7, 7, 2, 7. I'm literally just grabbing the rows everywhere where DSRI is 5. And the last one is going to be, the last 5 is 2017-12. And that is 5, 1, 4, 5, 1, 4, 1, 6. All right, I'm done with my subtable 5. Now I'm going to jump into my subtable 2. And again, subtable 2 looks like it's just going to be just one row. Looks like there's only 1, 2 in there. So this is subtable 2. And 2 is 2016-03. and that is 2, 1, 5, 6, 6. All right. Now we're going to do subtable 1. Subtable 1 looks like it has 2 values. Two values, 2016-06. Which is 145, 14517, 2016-09, and that is 11754. All right, that's easy. And it looks like we have one more subtable left. That's 7. Subtable 7 has the 3 values. There you go. 2017-03, 2017-06, 2017-09. DSRIs here are all going to be 7. Let's do it. 643, 114, 232, and Tata is 437. Tata, 437. All right. Okay, I got my 5 subtables. All right, so that's what happens behind the scenes when that by is invoked. The subtables are created, and the rows are divided into the subtables. Now, I can finally do these operations on each individual subtable. Okay, so here, for all the rows in every subtable, looks like we're creating a new column called AQIS, which is the sum value of AQI. Ah, okay, all right. Check that out. What's gonna happen? Well, hypothetically, ladies and gentlemen, right? Let me just copy and paste this. If I just may, just talk this through a little bit, right? Let's say, hypothetically, I did not have this colon equals AQIS. As we all know, creates a new column. Let's say I just had this, right? You guys know what this does. This sums up the AQI in each subtable, right? And this would give you back the value plus it would give you the name of the subtable in a small little data table, right? Where the V1 variable would show up. The V1 variable show up. And again, in Lab 4 video, you saw tons of that. Here, though, I'm doing a little something different, a little something different. In each subtable, I'm taking the summation of the AQI, and whatever that value is, I'm putting it in this new column called AQIS. This is the equivalent of me just doing something like this. Let's say I just did this. 7. All right? If I did this, what would you do? You would literally put the value 7 in AQIS, and you would put it for every row. You would create a new column called AQIS, and you would put that value for every row. That is basically what's happening here, guys. It's the same thing that's basically happening here, except instead of a constant number I'm putting in, I'm doing a calculation to find that number, and then I'm setting that number equal to every row in AQIS. So let's go ahead and do this, right? Go to the first subtable, all right? So we go to the subtables now, and now we go ahead and do exactly what the other two sections are saying. For all the rows of this subtable, create a new column called, make it slightly smaller, make a new column called AQIS. All right, and now make the values the summation of all the AQIs. So there's only one AQI value there, 3. So that value will now be, stop it. Okay, that value now will be 3. Excellent. I come here, AQIS. Now I take the summation of all the AQIs. The summation of all the AQIs here is going to be 15. So this will get the 15 value. This will get the 15 value. This will get the 15 value. I come down here. It's the same story as before. This will get the value 5. Come down here. This will be 12. And this will be 12. And I come down here. And the value here will be 6. The value here will be 6. The value here will be 6. All right, excellent. So now we did the command. Now the last step left is to give the results back. Now in this case, what's happening, the results that are coming back are actually a change to the table, right? Because a new column was created. How is that change done? In what order? Well, when the results are given back, they're always given back in the original order. So what's going to happen here is, that the table now is going to be back in the same order. So let's go ahead and do that. So 2015, let me go grab this, 2015-09. All right, and the next one is 2015-12. The next one is 2016-03. The next one is 2016-06 and 2016-09. I could take both these guys. The next one is 2016-12. Right there. 2017-03 and 06-09. Perfect. I'll take all these guys in one shot. And now 2017-12. And so now the table is transformed into this. Okay, it comes back in original order. After we do all the sub-table commands, we take the results, bring them all back. So now the table's going to look like this, guys. All right. Now, that's this part right here. Now, for some strange reason, I don't know what I was smoking, but I don't smoke. Don't smoke. Smoking's bad. So here now, I'm taking the sum of this whole new table. All right, this basically becomes now the summation. This command happens. So you have this table now. And now I'm saying, okay, take the summation of this whole table. This won't be an error because all these values are numbered. As long as this is a number right here, it'll basically take a summation of all these values. I will not ask you to do that in an exam. I don't know what I was thinking. So basically, you would literally take the summation of all these values, which comes out to 2,016,583. And so V will be 2,016. What's that other value? Hold on. 2016583. Okay. Now, again, I will never ask you a question. I don't even know why. I should have changed this question. I don't even know why I asked you guys this question in the practice set. I'll never ask you to make a summation of such a large number. It's not a arithmetic class, even though you should know math. But anyway, so that's basically the answer for 23. And now we are officially done with the practice set. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. The next video for you guys will be for lab number 5. All right. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you on our next session.